One. We're there. I think they can hear us. I think I got it right this time.
Woo! Hey there, hi
Hello, good
there.
morning.
Go here. It's not morning for most of us. You're the only one in Japan.
Oh, yes.
True.
Welcome to Blurred Roundtable. We're getting blurty with it tonight. How blurty? Let me tell you. We're playing D&D. Some of us for the first time. Some of us for the third time. Some of us, we don't keep count because that's their entire TikTok presence.
That's my
We're
life.
talking.
It's my entire fucking life.
We're talking about Momo Ascaria, me, and Amelia Som in that order. We're here. We're building characters. Not building character. That's for summer camp. We're building characters to play. And Amelia's going to be doing a lot of the grunt work because we know nothing.
Yeah. So before we get started on building our characters, I want you guys to talk about what is your experience, if any, with D&D, and what is your idea of what Dungeons and Dragons is?
My extent of knowledge on Dungeons and Dragons is like every other one of your posts,
Okay.
and what I saw on Stranger Things, and that's it.
Okay. So you're
Um,
expecting a dungeon, maybe a dragon or two.
I'm expecting literally, I have no idea. I don't know anything.
Amazing.
I don't know anything.
all I know is that sexy people DM, and that you can be a whore.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through the character rolling process. We're going to use D&D Beyond. We're not sponsored, but they are super fucking helpful. And I'm going to kind of make a character alongside you so that way I can see where you guys are in the process. And we'll talk a little bit back and forth, and then we'll figure out what kind of adventure you guys are going to be going on based on the characters you make. So let's get started. Do you both...
All I know is that I will be a fairy princess, and that's really all I'm going for here. That's my only goal.
Phenomenal. We can achieve that. My first D&D character, the only thing I did was see how many languages I could make her learn
Oh, sweet.
from the gate. It was 9. Just, you guys don't have a frame of reference, but that's a lot.
Polygot.
Polyglot. Okay, so do you guys have your D&D Beyond character sheets pulled up?
I
No.
to create a character and that it does the thing, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, and it says
Yeah.
character name. Do you guys have an idea for a name right now? You don't have to. I usually wait until the end because I kind of figure out the vibes. But you can start out with one if you have it.
I think I'm just gonna make it like the Waluigi version of my name, so like Womo.
Womo? Princess
Yeah.
Womo? Love to see
Yes.
I'm doing Hyacinth Lombardi.
Oh, I have to have a last name?
I don't know. I'm
You
giving myself
can.
a
You don't
last
have
name.
to.
I don't think a Wario or Waluigi has a last name, so I think I'm just gonna be a
Princess
single
Womo.
first name.
What is it with you and Lombardi?
It's from a manhwa that I read very often.
Oh, okay.
It's very good. It's about what happened. Oh, she dies and then she's reincarnated and she's like, this time, I'm gonna fuck up the patriarchy and live my best life.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what character preferences means.
Okay, so you'll want to turn on homebrew content, critical
Okay.
role,
And turn everything else off.
and playtest content, magic and Eberron. You don't want Rick and Morty content. It doesn't matter if you have Rick and Morty content turned on or off, or the non-core You want non-core content turned on.
Wait, so I turn on homebrew and turn on Magic the Gathering content and Eberron? And that's
Everything
it?
should be turned on except for Rick and Morty, basically.
Okay.
Just
Amelia,
turn it
you're gonna
on.
have to do more work if you want to turn me on. Just to let you know.
Noted.
Boo! Boo!
Are you telling me you are homophobic and you don't want me and Amelia to date? Is that what that was?
No, that was
Bobo?
just a terrible pickup line. Terrible pickup line.
Well, I was trying to pick you up, so it doesn't matter what you think.
Okay, optional features.
Optional features. Yeah, click optional class features and customize your origin. D&D
Oops.
is built in. We got some nice baked in racism as you do in most things.
Oh,
and,
Jesus.
Clicking those things allows you to be, to choose like some non-racist options if that's your thing.
Oh.
It's like how like certain races in D&D, like the Dark Elves specifically, are just naturally evil. Really settle with that one. You want your advancement type to be milestone. Okay, your hit point type, I don't care which. Either you get a fixed number of your average health, or you can roll dice to determine your health.
That's great. Which one involves less math?
Fixed.
Okay, that one I'm going with.
Yeah, and then you'll want to click use prerequisite. So feats and multi-class requirements should be turned on. Show level scaled spells should be turned on. We'll use encumbrance. It shouldn't come up. That's just basically like how much stuff you can carry. It's based on how strong your character is, but it really shouldn't be relevant here. Ignore coin weight. Ability score should be modifier's top. That's how I prefer it. You guys probably don't have a preference, so just do it the way I do it. And then character privacy, public.
Oh, public? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, then we will go over to pick your race. Hi-ho, if you want to be the character that you drew out for me, you will probably want to pick a drow. Or if you want to, you can just do what a lot of people do and pick a tiefling, which means you would have horns, and you can just pick whatever fucking color you want because we just kind of ignore the rules. But a drow would be very dark skin, white hair.
Also, this for reference, this is what I used pick crew, and this is what I made.
So you'll want to pick elf, and then you will want to, where's elf? And then as a sub-race, pick dark elf. And then,
is that what drows are?
Yes. So when you click dark elf, you can click choose race. And then, Momo, you should have one that says fairy, parentheses, UA.
Fairies, parentheses. That's not a thing.
Under races?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at filter races.
Yeah.
Fairy, parentheses, UA. Okay.
Yeah, so that's called Unearthed Arcana, which basically means it's playtest content. So it's not like official game content. They're just seeing how well it works. But you wanted to be a fairy, so that's like the easiest way to give you fairy stuff.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm like quickly looking over what that means.
Yeah, if you click choose race, it'll have these sort of like drop downs that you can read through.
Will I be able to reference this at a later date?
Yes.
As well? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can go back and change this at any time. So if we get further into the process and you want to change something, you can, as long as you do it before we start playing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also just telling people on TikTok, I am helping my friends roll D&D characters for a one-shot we will play at this time next week.
Oh, you're live on TikTok?
I'm live on TikTok. It says they can see me on Twitch. I figured
hi, Amelia's TikTok.
They can't hear you, but Momo says hi.
Oh.
Hi-ho's flipping you off. Or they're flipping Momo off. Unsure. Who can say? So when you guys clicked on your race, did you see the things? It's like ability score increase, languages, and maybe some other class ability. So let me know when you're done with those. So different.
Oh, I have to do that?
Yeah, any of the ones with the little blue rectangle and the exclamation point, that's a decision that you need to make.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
Increase one of those scores by 2. Oh god, this involves so much math.
Wait, are we going on class now? Okay.
Not yet. You should have an ability score increase in your race.
Yeah.
It might automatically do that for elves, but fairies UA, so you kind of get to pick one.
I don't understand what this means.
Okay, so you have 6 ability scores. They're like strength, dexterity, constitution, wisdom, intelligence, and charisma.
Yes.
And so we're going to roll dice to determine what those scores are. And then you can either increase 3 scores by 1 or increase 1 score by 2 and another score by 1. You basically have 3 points you can allocate however you want. So you can wait until we roll you can wait until we roll ability scores to make that decision if you'd like.
All right, because I straight up like do not understand. I think it's because I
Totally
just
fine.
woke up.
We'll skip that. You should be able to pick a language. You don't know what any of these mean, so if one of these just looks interesting to you, I can tell you how useful it will be.
Let's see. Is there like, oof.
You already know Common, which is basically the language that they say you know, so everyone can communicate. It's just like basic. And you know Sylvan, which is the language they speak in the Feywild, which is where all the fairies and things come from. So you already know those.
It tells me I have to take. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get to choose an additional one.
So I can learn like 3 languages essentially.
Yeah. If you know any vibes that you want to be able, like any type of creature you want to be able to speak to, I can probably recommend a language that's good for that, for like magical creatures or other beings.
I think what is celestial? That sounds fun.
That's like what the gods speak and like angels.
I feel like that's probably going to be useful.
That feels good for you. That feels right.
But what is deep speech? Deep speech also
deep
sounds like I'm talking to mermaids or something.
What like ancient, like primordial, unfathomable beings speak in. Not quite primordial because they're specifically like a primordial language, but it's like you know the evil language in Lord of the Rings.
No.
Oh. Don't pick deep speech. You're better than deep speech. It never comes up.
Okay.
But Celestial's a solid one.
Okay.
And then you also get to choose fairy magic.
Ooh,
so,
magic.
and you may want to wait until you figure out your ability scores before you pick this, because whenever you cast spells, depending on your class, that's what ability score you use. So, like, if you're a wizard, you use your intelligence. If you're a druid or a cleric, you use wisdom because you get powers, it's divine power. If you're a warlock or a bard, you use your charisma.
Okay.
So this is...
I have decided with you that I will be a cleric, so I think I'll just click wisdom.
Yeah, so that's probably a good one. Because that'll probably be your highest stat. Yeah. We don't give a shit about... I'm just on TikTok. We don't give a shit about deep speech. We'll be fine. Doorbell's ringing. Okay, so after that, you click class. Hi-ho, you said you wanted to be a warlock?
I think so.
Yeah, warlocks are pretty good starting out characters as far as spellcasting goes, because they have very straightforward and very fixed like rules. Clerics are a little bit more complicated, but I think you'll be able to handle it, Momo. I have faith in you. So when you pick a class and you click add class, you will see on the top right something that says level. If you both see that. You're going to start out at level 3. And I always pick level 3, or I generally pick level 3 because level 1 is like way too... If you don't, you're just going to die. It's not really fun for a one shot. And level 3, you have like some abilities, but you don't have so many that it's going to be difficult to keep track of, I think, if you haven't played before.
Okay.
And so when you look at your classes...
I see proficiencies. I don't know what anything here means aside from medicine, obviously. I assume that's healing.
Yeah. Medicine is, it's not like healing magic. It's like if someone was sick and you're trying to figure out what to do with their body, that's probably a medicine check. If you like were to kill a deer and you were trying to harvest its organs, that would probably be a medicine check. If there was like poison and you're trying to discern where it came from, might be a medicine check. Yeah, if you have any other ones, I can kind of go through that.
Then there's like history, insight, persuasion, religion. I don't know what that means in this context.
Yeah, so history is your ability to recall information. Insight is like your ability to read people or read a situation. So like a history check might be, oh, have I heard this language before, or have I heard of this, like, oh, they mentioned Sir Galahad. Do I know who that is? That would be a history check. Or just recalling your own personal information. Insight is your ability to read a situation or like tell if someone's lying. So like if you go and you're like someone's acting weird, you can do an insight check to see if you can figure out like what's going on here, or if you think someone is lying to you or telling the truth, or if they have bad intentions. What was the other one?
Persuasion, then religion.
Persuasion, then religion. Persuasion and deception go hand in hand. So you probably don't have access to deception because like clerics don't usually get that because clerics. So persuasion is your ability to convince people. So if you're trying to get a guard to not detain you and your friend or to let you into an area they're not supposed to, that would be a persuasion check. And religion is intelligence based, and that's your ability to recall information about gods or devils or deities and things.
I feel like a cleric needs to know about religion. Is that a thing?
I mean, those proficiencies, that's a subset of all of the proficiencies, so any of those are reasonable for a cleric to know. It depends on what kind of a cleric you want to be. Like, what do you want your backstory to be? Were you super studious and you like read up on gods, or were you like very charming and you just kind of talked your way through things? When you were reading, did you look into the history of the world? Like, what kind of fairy princess are you?
I didn't know I needed this much work for the backstory.
Oh, you just kind of make it up as you go. Like, if I were you, I'd probably pick like, I don't know, pick persuasion. You're a fairy. You're probably a good talker, right?
I guess. I'm so confused. Shit. Was I studious? Oof, this is a lot. And insight was just like to know if people are lying or telling the truth, yeah?
Yeah.
Persuasion's like, hey, can you do this solid for me? And then religion's like, oof. Okay, which one would probably like work best if I was needing help from a god? Religion, yeah?
Yeah.
I'd probably go with religion.
Sure.
Just if I'm like, hey, deity, we speak the same language. I need a solid.
Yeah.
You want to help us out?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, and then you need to pick your divine domain. So what kind of cleric do you want to be? Don't even look at them yet. Don't look at them yet. Don't just we're to talk. We're talking one-on-one. You and me are talking one-on-one. You're thinking of your character. Listen.
I didn't even know there was different types of clerics.
Okay, like what kind of magic is it? Is it life magic, death magic? Is it like knowledge? Is it like, light? Is it nature? Peace, storms?
I think
like what flavor do you want your magic to be?
What's trickery? Is that just like illusion magic? Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Wow, it's between like trickery and nature.
I think trickery would be fun, and I feel like that would be good for like fairies. Fairies are kind of like chaotic and tricky. Nature can also be good.
What's nature?
I mean, so the trickery one, you can do. Let's see what. You can do this thing called invoke duplicity, which allows you to just make a duplicate of yourself to go do stuff. And then you can also give people advantage on stealth checks. And then nature, you get another proficiency. You get another proficiency. You get a specific nature-themed spell in addition to your other spells. And you can like charm animals and plants.
That sounds really fun. But also being able to trick people sounds really fun. You know what? My favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur, so I think I'm gonna go with nature.
Yeah, click nature, and then you have like a couple options. Hi-ho, how's your warlock coming?
I am proficient in Arcana, which I assume is magic.
Yeah.
And Deception.
Makes sense.
And my patron is the Fathomless.
Ooh, that's a good one. You went for the hentai warlock.
Oh, it's a hentai warlock.
I mean, all warlocks are kind of hentai themed because there's some like a lot of tentacle spells, but this is like aggressively tentacle spells. So, love that for you.
Thank you.
And then you can pick your Eldritch Invocations.
I'm reading them.
Okay, perfect. Momo, we'll jump back to you. Did you?
These are all words I know like in other contexts, but I have no idea what they mean in this one.
The spells?
It says Acolyte of Nature.
Yeah, so you click on that, And
Yeah,
then
animal handling, nature, or survival.
yeah, so those are other skills. So animal handling is like anything that relates to you having to control or deal with an animal.
Does that work for half human, half animal people?
No, those are humanoid, so it does not work on them.
That is disappointing.
Those you would have to like persuade like with words. Nature, anything that has to deal with, like I don't know, knowing anything about the earth. What are these berries? I don't know. Fucking it's like one of those weird ones that I don't know until it comes up, but like I got anything that has to do with like the earth or like nature, like can I discern whether or not this was a natural thing or a magical thing? You might be able to make a nature check for that. And then survival is usually, it's like literally survival. So if you're trying to navigate yourself somewhere, that's survival. If you're trying to like track footprints in the snow, that's survival. If you're trying to like hunt something, probably survival.
I think I'm just gonna go with animal handling.
It's a fun one. It's not always the most useful, but when it is useful, it's very fun.
I'm so confused. Like, there are so many words I've never seen before. A little overwhelming.
I know, it can be a lot.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Do I already have the Eldritch Blast cantrip, or do I need to get that later?
You will get it later when you're choosing your cantrips. You don't have to choose Eldritch Blast, but if you're playing a warlock, you like really should.
I know. It's asking me about invocations, and it's telling me I need it. So I just wanted to know if
you'll get it later on down the line. Yeah.
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh is a spell where you cast it on an object, any object, and it becomes a weapon that does damage that you can like.
Oh, that sounds super fun.
It is a fun one. It's fun when you can use it right.
And what's shape water? Is that
shape water is like literally like you can there's like I forget how much, but it's like a small area and you can just control water into like you can water bend a little bit. It's not a lot, just really like a little bit.
This is really appealing to me, like the water bending.
Yeah.
A magic stone. I'm picking the ones that like sound fun.
Magic stone is also a fun one because I'm pretty sure you just like you touch a pebble and it just does more damage and you could just throw it at someone and it like hurts a lot more than like a regular rock would.
Sounds so fun. I was thinking more Dragon Tales, but like I'll go with that too.
Yeah. I think it's 1 to 3 pebbles and you can also give the pebble to someone else and they can use it as a weapon.
Uh-huh.
And you use your spellcasting ability, not your like physical ability.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Shillelagh.
Shillelagh is a good one. It's a solid choice.
This is very overwhelming.
I know. That's why I also wanted to do this separate from the game, so this could just simmer for a little bit.
This is a lot.
That's why I said it takes like an hour. Hi, are you still looking through those invocations?
No, I picked my invocation. I'm picking my pact boon. Mm-hmm. Oh, you probably want to know my invocation.
I mean, I can see both of your character sheets, but if you want to share with the class.
You can see it?
I mean, not right now. I can pull them up, though.
Hello, class. My invocations are Beguiling Influence and Mask of Many Faces.
Ooh.
What's
Mask of Many Faces do?
I can cast a disguise. I can disguise myself at will without expending a spell slot, so I can just.
If you pick
just like
that
that
chain, you can just make yourself a little guy. You can make yourself a little friend.
I can make the friend, or
you get a familiar.
Do I get to pick what my familiar looks like?
Yeah. Technically, it can look like there's like a whole list on this spell, like a bunch of different animals, or you can make it an imp, a pseudo dragon, a sprite, or a quasit, which is like a little devil thing.
Mm-hmm. But and if they have like a familiar, can I communicate with it with animals talking?
I think so.
Also, do dragons count as animals?
No, dragons are specifically their own class, like as dragons, but they're like sentient and intelligent. a lot of times more
Ooh.
intelligent than people. So they usually speak common in addition to Draconic. That you can have a pseudo dragon, which is like basically just a tiny little baby-sized dragon. Not the size of a baby dragon, but a dragon the size of a baby. That isn't like a dragon that you could talk with animals with.
So like Mushu.
Yes.
Aha. And what does animal handling do? I already forgot.
So if you're like riding a horse and it's getting spooked and you're trying to control it, that would be animal handling. If you want to make a friend with a little guy you find in the forest, that would be animal handling.
That low-key sounds lame. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem very, what's the word, useful.
Yeah, no, that's correct.
I'm gonna go with survival. I feel like that's
That's
little
probably
bit more
better.
useful. I should have asked for a little bit more elaboration for animal handling.
Yeah, well, and also you can like literally charm animals and plants with your with your nature cleric abilities. So like
That's just kind of useless at that point.
yeah.
Okay. All right, and what the hell is next?
Don't go to the next page.
Okay.
I'm not ready to handle that yet. The next page is where we have math, so just mentally prepare
Christ
yourself.
almighty.
I know.
Well, I don't have a pen or paper or anything, so...
I'll just keep track of it.
All right.
I should probably get a pen or paper. With my Pantone list ledger that I purchased off Amazon when I was drunk.
Ooh.
Ooh. Is this a sponsored ad?
I wish Pantone would sponsor me. Okay. How you feeling, Hi-Ho?
I'm picking 3 cantrips right now.
Oh, which one did you go for? Is that Pact of the Tome?
Yes. I currently have Toll of the Dead, Chill Touch.
That's a good one, yeah.
And now I'm looking at my 3rd one. That's really funny.
Vicious Mockery?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just insult someone so much they take psychic damage, essentially.
That's so funny.
I think I'm gonna do that because I would love to just call someone a bitch.
Yeah.
Like with mask, I can just turn into their mother or someone they really care about and just destroy them mentally.
Yeah, you would have to know what they look like to turn into them, but yeah.
I can just assume that I know.
You can just assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go to ability scores then, if we are done with the class.
Yes, I do have a question. I
Yes.
clicked on prepared spells, and what the fuck is the usefulness of bark skin?
If you don't have armor, you can use it to like, replace your armor.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So next,
Yeah, over to abilities.
is this when we roll?
Yeah, so where it says choose a generation method, you'll want to click manual/rolled.
Alrighty.
Okay. Oh, it'll actually do it digitally. That's so nice for you. Okay. If what you do is you see like the little drop down where it has 6 things that say roll.
Mm-hmm.
Click each of those. What it's going to do is it rolls 4 d6, so 4 of these, and then it drops the lowest score and then gives you a number.
Okay. Oh, so I just click roll?
Yeah, so you should end up with 6 numbers.
I click each one individually, yeah?
Yep.
Just double checking.
I have like
Okay.
a special dice, and so every time it rolls, they like disappear and it makes like a whoosh sound. Okay, so these are your 6 ability scores. So you are going to take these scores and assign them to your strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So you're going to put these scores in those boxes in whatever order you want. I'm going to give you some information that will probably inform how you want to do that. Both of you are spellcasters.
Mm-hmm.
Momo, your spellcasting score is wisdom. So if you want to be good at casting spells, your wisdom should be high. Hi-ho, your spellcasting is charisma, so your charisma should be high. If your constitution bonus determines your hit points. So if you have higher constitution, you will get more hit points in addition to the ones you've already rolled. We're not going to go into the math on how that works. You don't want to know.
Wait, what? I
And
missed
hit
that
points
last
are
thing.
a good thing.
Yeah, hit points are a good thing. That's like your health bar.
Wait, so what gives us constitution stuff?
Having a higher constitution, if it's higher than 10, you get a positive modifier to your hit points. So you will get more hit points in addition to the ones you already have.
Cool.
Dexterity, certain weapons rely on dexterity. They're called finesse weapons. So something like a rapier would use dexterity. Any kind of ranged weapon like a bow, a crossbow, those are really the only ranged weapons. Like maybe like a javelin, that would be dexterity. If you have big smashy weapon, like an axe, a hammer, a short sword, could be dexterity. It could also be strength. So like big heavy weapons use strength. So if you want to be good at either of those things, you want high dexterity or high strength. If you have high dexterity, it means you're quick. You are more likely to, when we do combat, go first in combat rather than later, or go earlier than later, if your dexterity is higher. Intelligence and wisdom are kind of similar. Intelligence is like book smarts. Wisdom is like street smarts. So if you have skills that like perception, insight, survival, those are all wisdom based. So if you have a high wisdom, you will have higher scores in those skills. If you have skills like arcana, religion, medicine, those are intelligence based. So if you have higher intelligence, you will be better at those skills. And then you also have a proficiency bonus. It's a fixed number. So anything you're proficient in, you also get a bonus too. And it automatically calculates that, so you don't have to keep track of that. If you have any ability score that is any ability score that is 12 or higher has a positive modifier. Any ability score that is 9 or lower has a negative modifier. 10 and 11 are the average, what an average person could do. Those are neutral.
Word.
What does the negative thing do?
It means that, like, if you have a -1 to strength and you make an athletics check, you will roll a d20 and then subtract 1.
Ah, yes. So it looks like I am fucked.
Well, you don't want to... What are your scores across the board?
I got 11, 12, 9, 9, 10, and 5. So...
Oh my god. Okay, you know, I might just let you re-roll that, because those are shit.
Yeah.
That's so bad. Just reset group and re-roll. That's too low. You shouldn't even be able to get lower than a 6 is like you're physically, like if your intelligence is lower than a 6, like you cannot read. Like you can't. Like an eagle would be smarter than you.
Are you smarter than a...
So how do I re-roll?
There should be a thing that says reset group. There's like a button.
I reset group. Okay.
So
I was just straight up, I was gonna struggle bus this whole game. I'm so glad I said something.
Yeah.
I just want to say this. Those are the numbers you rolled. I got a 13, 14, 16, 13, 17, 12.
Hot damn.
So. There was no losses here.
So that's the thing with like rolling for ability scores is when it's good, it's really good. When it's bad, it's bad. There's like a standard array where it just gives you like 6 specific numbers. But those are like really shitty and it's not fun.
All right, so this is a lot better. Okay. I got 10, 17, 12, 9, 16, 10.
That's fair. Yeah. The one thing I would recommend is don't dump your constitution stat, because if you have negative con modifier, it's not good.
What's constitution again? I completely forgot.
That's the thing that determines your health points, your hit points.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So I probably want that to be like the 16. Dexterity 12. strength 10, intelligence. I'll be average intelligence. And then charisma, what the fuck does that do?
Charisma, that's like your how good you are at like persuasion, deception, performance, just anything that's like your personality. How much people like you.
Oh, you know what? That's not really high in real life. I'll just go with average.
Are we not friends?
I know, but you're definitely more charismatic than I am.
And it's worth noting that there are also these things called saving throws. So there are certain things that are going to happen to you. For instance, wisdom and charisma are usually the sorts of things that if you are bad at that, you are more likely to get charmed or like magically like incapacitated. If you have like a low constitution, for example, and you go to do like a drinking game, you're more likely to throw up. If you have a low dexterity and there's some trap that comes in the way, you're less likely to be able to move out quickly. So,
well, my wisdom is high, but my charisma is low. So I feel like
I think that's fine. I mean, you're going to have a low score somewhere. So, you also remember earlier what I said you had those ability score increases?
Yeah.
You can, if you go back to that page and click, you can choose which scores you want to add those to.
Okay, so I can add that to charisma to like even out my
yeah. You can either add that to charisma, or you can just sort of min max and make your good score better, and just accept the fact you're gonna have shit charisma. It depends on if you want to be kind of good at everything or really good at a few things.
I think I'll prefer to just be like kind of good at everything.
Okay, that's fair.
And that was proficient. No, what was that again?
That
ability score.
Yeah, under race.
Okay, so increase 3 scores or increase 2 scores.
Yeah, whichever you want to do.
Okay.
If you have an odd number, increasing to an even number will increase your modifier by 1. So, because it's like 10 and 11 are plus 0. 12 and 13 are plus 1. So if you go from a 13 to a 14, you get a plus 2. 14 and 15. Your face.
Okay.
Oh, you're frozen.
Okay, so oh, fuck. Hello? Am I back?
I can hear you. Yeah, your video's back.
Okay. Alright, so, fuck. How many even numbers do I have? I have even, odd.
Yeah, so... switching an even number up by 1 won't do anything for you.
But switching an odd number up by 2 will?
Switching an odd number up by 1 will, or switching an even number up by 2.
Oh, okay, alright. You can do this. I need a brain blast right now. Okay, so if I make my charisma an even number, my wisdom an even number, but my strength an odd number, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Moving your strength to an odd number doesn't do anything. It won't hurt you, it just won't help you. But like...
Yeah, I think I'll just do that.
Okay. If we were playing like a longer campaign, there would be something to say for strategically choosing different values, but we're not really going to worry about that right now. Because when you level up at certain levels, you get more stuff. But like, we're not really going to worry about that. You get like to increase your abilities at certain levels, is what I mean to say.
Okay. Alright, okay. I got this.
Okay.
I'm still stuck on how I was literally just gonna be how I was gonna be hard carrying the team if I had stayed with my original spouse.
Yeah. I'd have been like, damn, this bitch gonna die, ain't she?
Like, literally just gonna spend the whole game keeping me from not dying.
Yeah. You're 5!
The 5 was that was sad. I was like, damn. I know, because you're just like, yeah, you get a +1. I was like, cool, I'm just going to take that 18 charisma.
Yeah.
Cast whatever spell I need.
Okay, are we ready to move to description then? Momo, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. You've got a lot of backgrounds to choose from. Momo, if you want to be a princess, you should probably take the noble background.
Yeah, buddy.
And that comes with more decisions for you to make.
No, buddy.
They're not hard decisions though.
Okay.
Automatically get history and persuasion proficiency. Which I don't think you chose those earlier, right?
I forgot.
I don't think you did. And then you get to choose.
I think it's asking me to pick another language here.
Yeah, it is. You get to choose a tool proficiency that you have on you, and you get to pick another language.
A dragon chess set, playing card set, and 3 dragon anti-set.
Yeah.
The fuck are those things?
They're
Is
just
there like a thing that
in-game-
explains?
Those are just in-game things that exist. Like 3 dragon ante is just like, I don't know, like 3 card ante. It's just like think of it like a pinochle set, you know? Where it's like
that
mirror
would be
cards.
such a great comparison if I knew what the fuck pinnacle was.
God damn. It's just, they're just fantasy board games, essentially. Dice, chess, playing cards.
I feel like playing cards is something I can keep in like my pocket.
Yeah. And then you pick another
I'm
language.
so sorry. This is so hard for you.
No, it's
Amelia, but
fine. It's
I don't
totally
know
fine.
anything.
I've been through this before. You are not the first one. You will not be the last. It's a lot to take in.
It's a lot. And
Especially coming with like no information aside from
no information.
a
Like,
rogue TikTok here and there.
I have been in the theater while Lord of the Rings was playing. Was I awake? No.
Yeah. Amazing.
Okay, so another language
Mm-hmm.
other than I forgot what I had picked before.
You picked
I think I did like
Celestial.
Celestial.
Yeah.
What's a halfling?
They're like hobbits. I know you didn't see Lord of the Rings or you weren't paying attention, but like the main characters in Lord of the Rings.
Well, I knew that much.
No, that's basically
I
what
just
they
don't know-
are. They're like hobbits.
I just have no idea what the plot of Lord of the Rings is. I
Okay.
knew that there were hobbits and elves.
Yeah, so halflings are just hobbits, but like without infringing on copyright.
Ah, okay. And draconic?
That's what dragons speak.
Oh, I think I want to talk to dragons.
Yeah. You
They
can
seem like they'd be pretty fun friends.
Depends on the dragon.
Oh.
Well, like generally speaking, metallic dragons tend to be good and chromatic dragons tend to be evil. So like two of the big gods in one of the pantheon, there's Bahamut, who's like a platinum dragon, who is like the best one, and then Tiamat is like this evil 5-headed dragon, and she's like super evil.
Oh, Jesus. What's Kuori?
Quarry? Okay. There's this race called Klashtar that are these people with like these spirits. It's not going to be relevant in this campaign, and you're not a Klashtar, so you don't need to worry about it.
Sweet. All right. I think I'm done here.
Okay. And then you also have this background feature called Position of Privilege. Lucky for you. And then you have these different characteristics.
Oh, well, can I choose those?
Yeah, you get to pick which ones you want. You don't have to pick the ones from the book, but I think it's good to help kind of get started on a character. You can either roll a dice to determine which one, or you can just click add and it will automatically add one.
Okay.
While you're looking through that, hi ho, how are you doing?
I am a guild artisan.
Amazing. What sort of artisans do you do?
I'm a painter.
Wow. Who could have foreseen this?
Not me. Not me.
I think I might go for chaotic neutral, because if Hi-Ho does something that like does get them hurt, but it was a really like ridiculous thing to do, I'm not gonna heal. I'm not a healer, but I will like give you something that will help you with your next attack.
Yeah. I mean, that could also be lawful neutral depending. You could like have a
Ooh,
code.
really?
It's like if you break my code, I'm not going to help you out.
Oh. What is this chaotic good people like to refer to themselves as? What is this?
I think chaotic good would be like if kind of like doing things that are illegal but morally right. So like Robin Hood is chaotic good because like all that stuff was not lawful, but like also can you blame him? I feel like good for her vibes is often like chaotic good. Like I think Gone Girl is like chaotic neutral. That's definitely not good, so. But like, you know, good for her. Carrie would probably be chaotic evil. Actually, probably neutral evil, but like
I don't know. Like I feel like I'm just gonna emulate Amelia's energy, so I'm gonna go with chaotic neutral.
Valid. Honestly, an honor. What did you pick for your personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws? Did you do that?
So you're talking to?
Oh, it's either of you.
I didn't know I was supposed to do that. Oof.
I want to know how things work and what makes people tick, and I'm fully of witty aphorisms.
Amazing.
These are a lot. Damn.
Mhm.
What do they do? Like the personality and such. Does that like do anything?
That's kind of like just defines your character. You don't have to pick those. You can make up your own, but it's kind of like personality traits are generally, I like to describe it as a personality trait is something someone would infer from interacting with you, surface level. An ideal is like what drives your character. Like if you had to make a tough decision, what sort of philosophy do you fall back on? Bonds are the connections that you have either like to the world around you or to the people around you or to your home, whatever connections you have. And then flaws are just kind of flaws, you know.
Ah.
Hello. And then, like, again, you can use these or you can make up your own, but I find these are, like, helpful, especially when you're starting out.
Oh, right. This is a lot.
Okay. Okay. Also, Momo, since you are a cleric, you are going to need a god.
Ooh, fun!
That you get your power from. What kind of vibe? There's like a lot of them, and I assume you don't want to read through them. So
no, not really.
No. Yeah. So if you tell me the vibes of the kind of deity you want, I would be happy to suggest one for you.
Like, I kind of just want a bestie kind of god. Like, that's just gonna, like, if I do need a solid, they will, like, be there for me. But if they think I'm gonna do something really stupid, they'll just be like, oh, sorry, I was in the bathroom, I didn't get your call.
Okay. Let's see. Do you want it to be good, I assume, not evil?
I don't really, I would prefer not to have an evil god.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about pacifism?
I hate it.
Okay, not Eldath, got it. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Like Osiris is legit like a 5e1. That's like an actual god. That seems kind of disrespectful. Oh, maybe. I think maybe Sylvanas. Yeah, he's a nature god. They would it's kind of like wild nature, so sometimes the church would just go full on, I don't know, like Layla from Sky High, or like Poison Ivy, I think is maybe good. Like less destructive than Poison Ivy, but like, you know.
I love that. I was like really channeling Poison Ivy for this character anyway.
Okay.
So what's their name? Sylvanas?
Yeah, the wilder counterpart to Shanti, the Earth Mother. Shanti. Yeah, I think yeah, cuz she's the counterpart, the Earth Mother is like a like kind of like agriculture in cultivation, but Sylvanas is more like, fuck your industry.
Sweet. I think we're besties already. I do love this.
Yeah.
So what do I do with my cleric? Not my cleric, my god.
So, that just kind of like, like, that's how you get your power. So you're worshiping them. So you would probably do things that uphold the ideals. Like, I don't know if there were like mining operations or anything that might infringe upon the like sanctity of nature. You go fuck them up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So under faith, you can just put Sylvanas.
How do I spell that?
Silvanus.
Okay. Lifestyle, I'm just gonna say probably my mental idea for like my character is that she is/was a princess, but something happened with the kingdom and she can't really go back there.
Okay.
At the moment. So I'm just gonna go with comfortable.
Comfortable seems reasonable. So
yeah.
This is like how much money it costs per day to like maintain your lifestyle. So like comfortable makes sense because you probably like ran out with some money maybe and you're just living off that. So you're not like living in wretched squalor, but you're also maybe budgeting.
Yeah. All right, I think I've got it.
Okay. And then you get to figure out what your character looks like.
Oh shit, I was supposed to do that part. I skipped it. Can I leave that blank?
You gotta figure it out at some
point. Or I
point.
have to like do it.
I mean,
I have to fill it out?
Well, like at some point we gotta know what your character looks like. It's very important. How else are we gonna
seriously?
make fan art? Yeah, how else are we gonna make fan art?
I didn't know we were gonna make fan art.
Well, we'd like the option now, wouldn't we?
Well, I guess. I didn't give it. You know what? I'm just gonna do like a thinly veiled like OC that's really just me in a different font.
That is what Dungeons and Dragons is for, is making thinly veiled OCs that are just you in a different font. I'm gonna be on a podcast and my character is literally just my ADHD made manifest. But like you also don't have to be specific. Like sometimes for height, I just put like real tall. Sometimes I always put a different thing for
right.
gender.
I could be tall here. You know what?
Tall.
I'm gonna
Live your wildest dreams.
I'm gonna be fucking 5'7". Look at that.
I love how that's your wildest dreams. 5'7". Like for gender, I just kind of write whatever feels right. Sometimes I put yes. Sometimes it's no. Sometimes it's lesbian. Who knows? I also have no concept of how any human that is not my exact height weighs.
Yeah, so that's kind of the thing. I'm just like, wait,
you don't have to like, put that in there.
If it helps, I'm 5'7" and I weigh 222.
Okay. But to be fair, I don't know how much I weigh. I haven't weighed myself in like almost a year.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm gonna add weight to my like actual to the last time I did weigh myself.
Yeah,
let's go with like
5'7". If you were like super skinny, like
you would
super
be
athletic,
150. Like 150-ish would be like closer to the low end.
I'll just go with like 150, 155.
Yeah, that's about what I weigh.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about notes really. Okay. Hi ho, where you at?
Oh, I am lawful neutral. I'm aristocratic because I'm an artisan. In this universe, there is not an Anish Kapoor, but I'm richer than Anish Kapoor.
Noted.
I have silver white hair. My skin is black, but like opalescent black, so it's shimmering.
Ooh.
Ooh, pretty.
I'm 6'1", 230, and I'm 69 years old.
Nice.
And
So
my gender is
You know
not.
what I do not appreciate? You made yourself taller, and I also made myself taller, but we're probably the same amount height difference as we are right now.
Am I not allowed to be? I'm an elf.
elves
Elves
are
are
tall.
tall, dude.
Also,
I thought
Momo's
elves were small.
no, they're not like Keebler elves. They're like Lord of the Rings elves, which means they're tall as fuck and live like
I slept
500
through Lord of the
years.
Rings. I don't know what's happening.
Basically, Hi-Ho's character is tall and beautiful and will live for like 600 years.
And what does that make me? Short and beautiful, and will probably die of like at a relatively young age.
I don't know how long fairies live actually. Hold on, let me see the
I like how
details
you
page.
made that my problem. Like I forced you to be a fairy.
Oh, I guess fairies are technically small.
Oh, how tall is Momo allowed to be?
So small generally tops out at like 5 feet being the absolute like max.
I'm gonna cry. So I guess I have to.
I'm okay if you want to just be an abnormally tall fairy. 5'7" would be like giant for a fairy. You're like the Yao Ming of fairies.
I realized 5'7" is probably just like giant for a fairy.
You're like
but I was
Bunny
thinking more like Winx Club fairy, not like
yeah.
Pixie Hollow fairy.
Okay.
Can I be like from a very like niche kind of fairy from like the realm of magics?
You're from the Feywild probably. That's where like fairies come from. But yeah, you're from a specifically like tall,
just abnormally large
fairy. It's probably why people don't know you're a fairy like unless you point it out because like.
Do I not have wings?
You can choose whether or not you have wings, but I would also be okay with you having like magical wings that just kind of appear when you want them to.
Okay, I kind of want to do that. That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So you don't need your wings to fly, but if you want to just have them like decoratively.
But like, if I was smaller, would I be able to fly?
You can fly. You just don't need wings to fly. You just fly through fairy magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready for equipment?
We are ready for equipment. I'm so ready.
Okay, so you are going to choose equipment. Do not choose gold because you don't know what you would want to buy. And if you click on equipment, it's going to give you options for what you can have on you.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is a mace? Let me Google that.
A mace, it's like the thing with the spiky ball on the end.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so like Hawk Girl.
Like what?
Hawk Girl?
I don't know who. Oh, Hawk. Oh.
Hawk Girl.
Oh.
Hawk Girl.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought you said hot girl, and I was like, I mean, yeah.
Hawk.
Okay, yes.
Do I have to pick a mace? Because it's not really going for my vibe.
Does it say mace or any simple weapon, right?
It says a mace or a warhammer if proficient, missing required proficiency.
Just click mace and we'll switch it out later.
Sweet. Okay. I guess I am proficient enough for chainmail.
Yeah, if you have chainmail, because it's loud, you will have disadvantage on your stealth checks, but it'll be harder to hit you.
What is scale mail?
It's like chainmail, except where all of the little chain links are, there's like tiny little dragon scales. I think it's probably more sturdy. It may still give you a disadvantage. Let me check.
Leather armor does not seem like it's very useful.
It is less protective, but it does not give you disadvantage on stealth. Yeah, scale mail will also give you disadvantage. But you could just go for it.
Less of a disadvantage than chainmail?
No, it'd be the same.
So is it just like the same thing but like softer, essentially?
I believe it's The same. It's more protection.
Oh, sweet. Because I was like, it's kind of going for what I want aesthetically, so
Yeah, scale
I
mail
do
is.
want to pick it.
Yeah, it'll be more protective than chainmail.
Awesome. Um, any simple weapon, what is considered a simple weapon?
If you click on it, it'll show you a drop down.
Oh, sweet. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yiklewa
Yikawa. Yeah, that's from like
is.
one specific expansion. Hold on, let me look this up. It's pretty cool.
See, I'm
Um,
sad because I am not seeing a sword,
a
and I was
Yikawa.
really.
It is a 3-foot wooden shaft with a steel or stone blade up to 18 inches long. You can also throw it, though it is not well balanced for throwing. Um, are short swords not simple weapons? Oh yeah, I guess not.
I assuming not.
We
Which
can
is
trade your mace out for a short sword if you'd like to.
awesome. I
So
really
you
want
can
that.
pick an additional simple weapon if you would like.
Okay. A dagger sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, daggers are fun.
But if I have a short sword, and that's probably good for close range attacks, and
Yeah.
then like a crossbow or like a what is that
Short
thing
bow?
that it gave me? Or a light crossbow or short bow is probably pretty good for longer range attacks.
Yeah. You can also throw daggers, but the thing is, if you throw a dagger, you have to retrieve it.
Oh, yeah, I don't see myself doing that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with a short bow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can I trade out my max for a short bow? Mace, sorry, a mace for a short bow, and then use a dagger for other attacks? Or is that
Yeah,
not allowed?
you can, but a dagger doesn't do as much damage as a mace.
Never mind then. I will just
Or a
go with
sword.
a short stat. You know what I mean,
Short
and a
bow.
short bow.
Okay. Hi ho, how you doing?
I have a sickle, arcane focus crystal, uh, a scholar's pack, and then a dagger.
Cool.
And then I have painter's tools. And then I also have a acid vial.
Okay, and make sure you click the add starting equipment button at the bottom, otherwise it won't save that.
Where does it say that?
There's like a red button that
Question.
says add starting equipment underneath the equipment checklist.
I don't see. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Question. Do I need a priest's pack or an explorer's pack?
Get an explorer's pack. One of you should probably have it. You never know when
Wait,
you're
does
going to need
Hio
50
have a
feet of...
priest's pack?
They have a scholar's pack. You have different
Oh,
options
okay.
based on your
Oh,
background.
okay.
But yeah, you never know when you're going to need 50 feet of hempen rope.
All right. And I have to add starting equipment, yeah?
Yep. And then...
Attuned magic items. Ooh, fun.
Yeah, you don't have any of those yet.
Oh. I can't add those?
Not yet.
Okay.
And then...
I am one confused ass bitch. I'm trying so hard, though.
You're doing good.
Thank you. I need the encouragement.
Okay. And then you should be able to see your character sheet that has a ton of stuff on it. It might be overwhelming. We're not going to deal with all that right now.
Wait, am I supposed to skip attuned magic items?
Yeah, skip that.
Okay.
Yeah. You won't start out with any magic items. You might find them during the game.
Okay. And view character sheet.
This is all your shit.
Oh.
All
right.
So, a couple of things we're going to do for you specifically, Momo. the biggest rectangle on the right where it says action, spells, equipment, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Click on equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And then click on, you didn't want your mace, right?
Correct.
You should be able to remove that from your inventory.
Okay, remove. Uh-huh.
Okay, and then click manage equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you wanted a short sword?
That is correct. So I type in short sword.
Yeah, and you should come up.
Okay, I did it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, and that's about this. That's the same kind of damage as your mace, essentially. So.
Yay.
And then we're gonna do something. We're gonna take a deep breath before we go. We're gonna pick spells.
Where is that?
Next to the equipment tab, there's one that says spells.
Okay.
You're going to click manage spells.
Manage spells. Yes.
Under cleric, it should say known spells.
Uh-huh.
You're going to click on that.
Oh.
I'm going to give you a brief summary of how spells work. This also applies to you.
Uh-huh.
Hi-ho, I don't know how familiar you are. Spellcasting in D&D. You have... Spells come in different levels. Cantrips are level 0. Then there's level 1, 2, blah, blah, blah. You only have first and second level spells at this level. Cantrips, you can cast whenever, how much you want. You have a certain number of spell slots for higher level spells. So you might have like 4 first level slots, which means you can cast 4 first level spells that day. You can cast the same spell 4 times. You can cast 2 spells twice, different spells, but you can only cast 4 of those. Second level spells, you might have 2. You can cast 1 of those twice, etc., etc. Your cantrips, you can cast however much you want, however often you want. Your cantrips are fixed, Momo. You are a prepared caster, which means your other spells you can change every day. So I'm going to make some suggestions. So if you look at your spells, where it says cantrips, it should say something like 0 out of 3 at the very top of the node spells. So if you scroll down a little bit, you see it starts with like guidance, maybe, and ends with like word of radiance. You can pick 3 of those cantrips.
What does thaumaturgy mean?
If you click on it, it'll tell you.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it basically makes your voice loud for a minute, or you can make flames brighten, or you can change your eye color, or make like the ground shake.
It's fucking lame.
Yeah.
Right.
Toll the Dead is a really good cantrip if you want to do damage. It's usually good to take one that does damage. Sacred Flame also does damage. Yeah, Word of Radiance does damage. Toll the Dead is a really good one, though. And then Guidance allows you to give someone a d4, so an additional dice they can add to an ability check. So, like, it makes them good at things. Light allows you to cast light. Mending allows you to magically fix stuff. Resistance makes you good at other things. Sacred Flame does damage. Spare the Dying. If someone's knocked unconscious, it keeps them from getting killed immediately. It doesn't heal them, it just stabilizes them. You know, thaumaturgy. Toll the Dead hurts people. If they are already damaged, it hurts them more. Word of Radiance.
That's Toll of the Dead?
Yeah, Toll the Dead.
Okay, mending seems like it's kind of useful.
Yeah, it can be.
What the fuck is a buff?
A buff means it like adds something, it helps people. So like usually that means that it's a specific dice And whenever someone is doing something, they can add more dice to that. So it makes them better at it. Or it could be something that protects another player. So it's like something you cast on someone to help them.
Okay. Let's see. Word of Radiance.
It also might be good to get dark vision because you cannot see in the dark.
Oh. Can Hi-Ho see in the dark?
Hi-Ho can.
So can they not lead me?
They can.
I could.
So I'll just have to rely on my partner for that.
That's fair.
And I think I went with Word of Radiance.
We will be playing as these characters next week in a one-shot. Just Torvi asked.
Oh my gosh. This is really overwhelming.
I know, it's a lot. I believe in you, though.
I went with Word of Radiance.
Mm-hmm.
Mending.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if, like, we're playing and one of us dies very quickly?
I don't know. We'll have to burn that bridge when we come to it. Ideally, you're going to take some healing spells to help both of you. I'm going to try to not kill you immediately. If that, like, it's not my job. I'm not going to actively try to kill you because it would be very easy for me to do that and it would not be a fun game to play.
So, like, Spare the Dying just, like, literally stops them from dying, but it doesn't actually, like, do anything to get them better.
Right. If they're unconscious, it just stabilizes them. So once you fall unconscious, there's, like, a whole thing that basically determines whether you are able to just kind of stabilize or die. And this just automatically stabilizes them so they don't die.
Okay. So I'm just not going to get that one because you said you're not going to try to kill us immediately.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to try to not kill you. I mean, I am going to try and kill you, but I'm going to give you a fighting chance.
And I kind of don't see anything else that's better, so I'll just use Spare the Dying.
Yeah.
Is there another healing spell I'm missing?
There are healing spells at higher levels that are actually leveled spells. They're like a finite resource. So cantrips are unlimited. That's why there's no healing cantrips, because then you would just be able to heal all the time, and it would throw out the balance of the game.
Okay.
So you have your 3 cantrips. Did you click learn on all of those?
I'm clicking. I just decided to go with Toll of the Dead, Mending, and Word of Radiance.
Okay, yeah. And so if you click learn, then it'll gray out all the other ones. Mm-hmm. Okay, then we're going to scroll down. There's a fuck ton of spells here. You can know 5 spells per day. So you can switch these, for you specifically, you can switch these out every day. Healing Word and Cure Wounds are both healing spells.
Healing Word and Cure Wounds are both healing spells. Okay.
Yeah. Other spells that tend to be helpful, Detect Magic. Allows you to see if there's anything magical within 30 feet of you.
And how is that useful?
If you're, like, going into a room and you cast Detect Magic, you can see if there are magical items. You can see if there are magical traps. You know, you walk in and you think something's weird. It lets you know if there's something.
And okay, and that was which one again?
That's Detect Magic.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cure Wounds and Healing Word are both healing spells. Whenever we're in combat, you get an action, a bonus action, and you can move. Cure Wounds is an action. Healing Word is a bonus action. So sometimes it's helpful to have both prepared because then you can choose when you want to use one and when you want to the other. So you could, like, use your action to attack something and then use your bonus action to heal someone with Healing Word. Or you could use your action to use Healing Word and then, I don't know, fuck around on your bonus action. Use your action to Cure Wounds, sorry. So those are
like, none of that really sunk in. So I'm just going to click on... I'll just circle back to that. We're going to circle back to that.
Yeah, we'll circle back to that. Yeah, Momo's a cleric. You can kind of just sort of click on the spells to figure out what they do.
Mhm. Yes, you can help Hi-Ho, and I will just go ahead and figure out other things.
Yeah. Hi, how are you doing?
I picked my spells.
Okay. And you are a known caster, so you do not get to switch your spells out at any point.
That's fair. I have a shit ton of cantrips, so I'm kind of chilling.
Yeah. Okay. If you want to start thinking on your character backstory, you can either type it in here or type it wherever.
Do I have to type it now?
No, but you're just sitting there. I don't know what you're doing. If you wanted something to do.
I'm vibing.
Okay, just
Am I
vibe.
not allowed to vibe?
You are more than definitely allowed to vibe.
Cool.
Okay. How you doing, Momo?
Not great, if I'm honest.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, okay. I can't use what I was used to doing, which was just going with something that sounded cool. Because none of these things really jump out to me.
Yeah. Wizards aren't known casters because they prepare their spells every day. Even though they can sometimes cast spells that they don't have prepared. They're still prepared casters. So I was answering the chat. Okay. Spiritual weapon's a good one. That's a fun one. You just summon this like ethereal spirit object and whack things with it.
Oh. Right. Right. That seems like a vibe.
Yeah. Hold person's a good one. You have the ability, assuming that you roll well or they roll shitty, which is most things, to just kind of freeze someone in space, like paralyze them momentarily if you need to.
Okay.
Enhance ability, you can cast that on you or Hi-Ho, and that makes you good at stuff for an hour, good at specific things.
Okay. Shields of Faith is. Let's see. Shivering field appears, friends, creature, choice of the rage, granting. Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's also worth noting that any spell that has a little diamond on it is a concentration spell. You can only do one concentration spell at a time. You can do you can do a diamond spell and cast any spells that don't have diamonds on them, but one diamond at a time.
Okay. What are the ones with the little R next to it?
That means ritual. So that means you can cast it with a spell slot, or if you do it as a ritual, which generally is like 10 minutes, if you spend 10 minutes to cast the spell, it doesn't take any of your spell slots. So you get to cast it for free if you're willing to take 10 minutes to cast it.
So that would mean Hi-Ho is like fighting the villain alone while I'm sitting aside for 10 minutes trying to do this?
Yeah, well, you probably wouldn't do it in battle because like most battles in game take less than a minute, but like but a lot of those spells, like if you look at them, like what is it, like speak with animals, you're not going to like need to do that in battle, or like fucking detect magic, usually you have a minute and you can cast a spell and go do something. Purify food and drink, that just makes sure things aren't poisoned.
Augury.
Yeah. Augury is a fun one. Its usefulness varies. It's basically like you get to channel your god and ask whether something is going to be a good outcome or a bad outcome, or both, or neither.
That sounds pretty useful.
Yeah, it just depends, because sometimes you're like, hey, is it going to be good if we, raid this fortress? And it's like, I mean, yeah, but it could also be bad.
It's like, that didn't really answer my question the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if it's like, oh, should I bet on horse number 7? That's pretty black and white.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm just gonna randomly choose the last two.
Okay.
What is the warding bond?
Warding bond. I don't fucking know. I never cast that one. You do not have a pair of platinum rings worth 50 gold each.
Oh, that's what I would need for that?
Yeah, so most of the components of the spells I kind of ignore unless they have a specific price attached to them.
Oh.
Unless you could tell me how in your backstory you got 50 gold worth platinum rings.
Well, I am like a princess, so.
So did you steal them from like, or did you take them with you when you absconded from your home?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a d20 for me. In the bottom
Okay.
left-hand corner, it's like all that you can click the little dice icon.
Okay. Roll.
D20.
20.
A natural 20. That's the best you can roll. So it's called, when you roll a 20 on the dice without adding anything, it's called a natural 20. It usually it means you like auto success. That's very good for you. So yeah, since you rolled a natural 20, you can have those platinum rings.
Yay! Oh fuck, I did exit out of the manage spells thing. I hope it saved.
Yeah, it saves.
It did.
Yeah. Wow, your first roll is a natural 20. Good for you.
Well, I did do that first roll, and it was just like literally all the worst stats possible.
True.
I feel like
But your first D20 roll is what counts. Yeah, we're using D&D Beyond.
Question: what was I talking about for doing that for?
Warding bond? Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I might do Zone of Truth because that seems like that'd be kind of useful.
Yeah.
If we're going up against someone with like, what's the word?
It's good for interrogation.
Yeah.
But it's worth noting that the way I do Zone of Truth, it doesn't compel them to tell the truth. It just keeps them from lying if they fail the check.
I thought it would be like if they're like an illusionary caster thing, like they can't do that because
no, it just you make like it just makes this like little like 10-foot little dome, and if you're in that dome and you fail the check, you can't lie.
Okay, so it doesn't compel them to tell the truth. It just means they can't lie to us. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not as useful as it could.
And they know that the spell has been cast on them.
Okay. For like casting healing spells, can I use it on myself as well or no?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So probably seems like a good idea to have like a lesser restoration. Yeah. Just in case like someone does like a deafening thing and I'm just like, whoops, I can now hear. Haha. Okay, I'm finished. I did it.
You did it.
Yay.
Yay. What are all your spells?
Let's see. It should be under prepared spells now, right?
It should just be under, if you just click go to the spells tab, they should all show up.
Oh, okay. All right. So the ones that I did choose, I think.
Yeah, and then some of them were automatically added because of your nature cleric stuff.
Okay. I assume the ones that are second level. I actually don't know which ones are natural or not. Can I just read through the first and second level ones? Mm-hmm. Animal friendship, cure wounds, detect magic, fairy fire again. Wait, why do I have two?
You probably get one from being a nature cleric and another from being an actual fairy.
Okay. Speak with animals, animal friendship, augury, barkskin, cure wounds, enhance ability, fairy fire again, lesser restoration, spike growth, spiritual weapon, and warding bond.
Yeah. Did you have cure wounds, you said?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, the ones that are blue in the second level are things you can upcast. So if you click on it, it'll tell you like if you cast it at first level, it does this. If you cast it at second level, it's X more powerful. How do you calculate how many spells you can have prepped for level? I believe it's a function of your proficiency bonus and half of your level. So no. Maybe it's your proficiency bonus, half your level, and wisdom? Hold on. Or whatever your spellcasting mod is. Okay. How many spells you can have prepped for level, I believe, is... Shit. Oh, I guess each spellcasting class has a table. No, that's for spell slots. Casting a spell, cantrips. Damn. I don't know. It's some function of your spellcasting modifier and your level that allows you to prepare spells, I believe. But I don't know.
This fairy fire thing sounds kind of misleading because I thought there was going to be actual fire. It doesn't seem like there is.
There isn't, but it keeps, it kind of basically makes a bunch of shimmering stuff that clings to anyone in the area. So if they're an enemy, you get advantage to attack them, which means you get to roll twice and take the higher number, and nothing can benefit from being invisible.
Okay.
So it can be pretty useful. Wait, Hi-Ho, which spells did you take? Oh, and
my spells or my cantrips or both?
Both. I just want to hear what you got.
I have Chill Touch, Dancing Light, Eldritch Blast, Frost Sprite, Toll of the Dead, Vicious Mockery. I have Disguise Self, Fairy Fire, and then at my second level I have Armor of Agathis, Comprehend Languages, Darkness, and Shatter.
Nice. But also, just Torby asked, I reread your question, how many spells you can have prepped per level. So you can have a fixed number. Okay, yeah, it is level plus wisdom modifier. Yeah, you can have a fixed number of spells prepared, and you can distribute that across the levels however you want. So the cleric table tells you how many spell slots you have per level. Yeah, your level plus your spellcasting mod is how many prepared spells you can have. Yeah. And then, yeah, okay. So I feel like that's it. I feel like we've got our characters. The only thing next is yeah, you did it. Momo, you did it. You made it.
This was a lot.
It was a
very
lot.
Stressful.
This is why we're not playing immediately after, because that itself took an hour and a half.
Okay.
But
so can I make my pick crew thing, and then like that's gonna be like the icon for next time?
Yeah.
Can that be a thing? Okay.
Yeah, once you send me your pick crew. And you also need to figure out your backstory. It doesn't have to be super detailed, but like, who are you? Why are you adventuring?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just Torby, yeah, spellcasting mod plus level is how many spells you can prepare. Yeah. Okay. Hi-Ho,
all
how
right,
you
is that
feeling?
it for today?
That's it.
Like I'm feeling like a little bit tired.
Yeah.
Because that was like a lot for me mentally.
A lot, especially you just woke up, so it's like you just dove in head first.
I really did.
But you're a fairy princess and you have magic powers.
Yes.
It can be a lot, but we also have a week to ask questions, to figure things out, and now I know what kind of characters I'm preparing a dungeon for. Or a dragon for. Dungeon or dragons.
Oh, okay.
It's Dungeons and Dragons, baby. If you're playing a one-shot. My first time I played Dungeons and Dragons, we went through a dungeon and we fought a dragon, and I was like, this is
what it's all about.
This is what it's all about.
I babysat a dragon.
Amazing. With one of the first campaigns that I ran, they went through a dungeon to find a dragon, but it wasn't a dragon. Actually, it was a vampire Dilf who was polymorphed into a dragon, and they were able to turn him back before they fought him because they had his daughter and that was kidnapped that they rescued, and it was great.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
I hope you pay us the same courtesy. I know you won't because I feel like you're a little bit sadistic in this. But I am looking forward to it.
I'm actually a very benevolent DM.
I don't believe you.
I am, especially for like people's first time because I want you to have fun.
Okay. All right. I am putting my trust in you. You pinky promise?
Pinky promise.
Okay.
I won't like actively try to ruin you.
All right.
Yeah.
Like, we have it on camera, so you did say that.
I did say that. I believe in you. And so I guess we can close out. I'll see you here next week, same time, to run a one-shot with these wonderful characters. Will they live? Will they die? Will they tell their stories? Find out next Saturday. We started at 8 Central. That's a good time to point out. 8 p.m. Central. And I'll try to keep it to about
9 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, that's how time zones work. Probably I'm going to try and keep it to about 2 hours. Seems like.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna close out the stream. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming.